the enormous amount of energy these data centers are going to need. Now for us, we have had two advantages in Tamil Nadu. One is that we are relatively a high green energy state, about 30-35%. And a lot of these data centers are committed to using renewable energy or green energy as part of a broader, compact with these companies. The second is that the submarine cables that connect India to the internet. One of the important landing centers, in fact, probably number one or number two in India is Chennai. And so the data centers find it very attractive to set up in Chennai. It's close to the submarine cable. It's relatively reliable and relatively clean energy. So we've already seen a huge mushrooming. I would say in the last 3-4 years, we've seen huge mushrooming of data centers. But the question is, at a broader level, India as a whole, or any less than fully developed country, do you have the capacity to generate that kind of energy, or are you going to get left behind because you can't power these things? And of course, some companies are creating their own power, as you know well, because the need for power is so high and it needs to be so reliable and consistent that the grids may not be adequate to provide the kind of power they need. So I think these are going to be policy issues at a global level that have to be thought about in terms of, the US, for example, has already got very strict controls on how these chips can be sold outside the US. The government has gotten involved in a big way for the most in-demand chips, because the pipeline, the backlog is like 2 years of the supply. So these are some bigger policy issues we'll have to think about. For now, I would say on the innovation side, we're doing fine. And relative to where it could be, we have a kind of head start because we have the cables, because we have the power, because it's green. Whether we can sustain this, there's going to be a couple of major policy issues at a global level, at a national level, I think, that will impact that.
That's very impressive, and as you know, technology is